Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Carla Christine Bihag, your reporter for today. So, our topic for today is all about the curriculum mapping and the curriculum quality audit. Curriculum mapping is a model for designing, refining, upgrading, and reviewing the curriculum, resulting in a framework that provides form, focus, and function. So, it is a reflective process that helps teachers understand what has been taught in class, how it has been taught, and how learning outcomes are assessed. So, curriculum mapping can be done by teachers alone, a group of teachers teaching the same subject, the department, the whole school or district, or the whole educational system. So, curriculum mapping is a systematic process used to align curriculum with learning objectives, standards, and assessments. So, it involves analyzing the curriculum and identifying gaps and areas for improvement. So, some curricularists would describe curriculum mapping as making a map to success. So, what is curricular mapping? So, diri na musod si alignment, clarity, o ang consistency. So, ang alignment kay nag-ensure siya nga ang curriculum kay align siya sa learning standards o sa objectives. So, ang clarity naman kay nag-provide siya sa clear picture sa curriculum o how it flows from the topic to the next topic. So, ang consistency naman kay help siya to maintain consistency in teaching and learning across different classroom and grade levels. So these are the benefits of curriculum mapping. So the first one is curriculum mapping ensures alignment of the desired learning outcomes, learning activities, and assessment of learning. So curriculum mapping helps connect what students are expected to learn, ang activities designed for learning, o ang how learning will be assessed. So ini nga alignment kay nag-ensure siya nga every part of the curriculum supports the intended learning outcomes. So number 2 is the curriculum mapping addressing the gaps or repetitions in the curriculum. So it reveals if certain program goals or learning outcomes are not adequately covered or overly emphasized in the current curriculum. So by mapping out the curriculum, educators kay maka-identify kung unsa ang missing or redundant content. So this process kay nag-show siya if some objectives aren't being addressed enough or ang certain topics kay repeated na siya too much niya, allowing for a balanced and comprehensive curriculum. So number 3 is curriculum mapping verifies, clarifies, and establishes alignment between what students do in their courses and what is taught in the classroom and assessed as their learning. So, ini nga process kay nag-ensure siya kung nanugid ang usually ma-experience sa students sa ila courses na nag-match what is being taught and assessed. So, it helps clarify any differences and ensure consistency in what is expected of the students. So, number 4 is the curriculum maps visually show important elements of the curriculum and how they contribute to student learning. So, curriculum maps can provide siya ng visual representation sa key components sa curriculum, making it easier for the teachers and administrators to see how each part can support sa student learning. So, lastly, the curriculum mapping connects all initiatives from instruction, pedagogies, assessment, and professional development. So, it facilitates the integration of cross-curricular skills. So, curriculum mapping links various elements such as atong teaching methods, assessment strategies, o ang professional development nga nag-ensure siya nga mo-work together siya para mo-support sa learning. So, makatabang na siya to incorporate skills nga ma-apply across different subjects like critical thinking or sa communication. The next one is the curriculum mapping process. So there are many ways of doing things according to what outcome one needs to produce. So this is also true with curriculum mapping. However, whatever outcome will be made, there are suggested steps to follow. So example A. So number 1 is make a matrix or a spreadsheet. So begin by creating a structured format like itong table or spreadsheet na to organize information para sa curriculum mapping. So number 2 is place a timeline that you need to cover 1 quarter, 1 semester, or 1 year. So this should be dependent on the time frame of a particular curriculum that was written. So nag-establish ta ang period of time over which ang curriculum will be covered. So this timeline kay makatabang siya sa planning o sa teaching schedule naton pohon. So number 3 is enter the intended learning outcome skills needed to be taught or achieved at the end of the teaching. So aton ilista ang specific learning goals of skills sa students na expected to achieve sa in the end of the course or in the end of the semester. So number 4 is enter the same matrix the content area subject areas to be covered. So i-identify natin o i-list ang topics or subject na unsa ang gitudlo aligning them sa aton learning outcomes. Number 5 is align and name each resource available such as textbooks, workbooks, module, next to subject areas. So, aton i-match ang each topic with the resources needed like atong textbooks, workbooks nga makasupport sa teaching. So, number 6 is enter the teaching learning methods to be used to achieve the outcome. So, specify natin ang teaching methods like atong lectures, discussions, or group works na makatabang sa aton student to meet the learning outcomes. So, number 7 is aligned and enter the assessment procedure and tools to the intended learning outcomes, content, areas, and resources. So, i-list natin ang methods of assessment like atong quizzes, assessments, or tools like atong tests, projects na may use to evaluate ang students to meet the learning outcomes. So number 8 is circulate the map among all involved personnel for their input. So mag-share ta ang curriculum map with other educators and stakeholders para makuha ang ilang feedback o suggestion. So lastly, number 9 is revise and refine map based on suggestion and distribute to all concerned. So mag-make tayo any necessary changes based on sa feedback, then ato na i-distribute ang final revision of sa curriculum map to all relevant parties. So example B for degree program ni siya sa college. So number 1 is make a matrix or a spreadsheet. So mag-create as ang structured format like a matrix or spreadsheet na mag-organize sa curriculum para sa college degree program. So number 2 is identify the degree or program outcomes isa at katong BEd or BSEd. So determine the overall goals and objectives of the degree program like Bachelor of Elementary Education or the Bachelor of Secondary Education. So number 3 is identify the subject or courses under the degree like atong General Education, Prof-Ed o ang major for BSEd. So aton siya i-list tanan courses or subject areas within the degree program such as Gen Ed, Prof-Ed, or katong sa majoring for Bachelor of Secondary Education. So number 4 is list the subjects along the vertical cells of the matrix in a logical or chronological order. So i-arrange natin ang courses sa matrix by semester or sequence in which nga they should be taken. So number 5 is list the degree program outcomes along the horizontal cell. So use code as PO1 or PO2 if outcomes are too long to fit in the cell. So PO means program outcomes. So i-write natin ang program outcomes across the top row of the matrix using codes if the outcomes are lengthy to save space. So number 6 is cross the subject and the outcome and determine if each subject accomplishes the outcomes as either learned, performed, or given opportunity. So please place the code in the corresponding cell. So for each course i-identify natin whether it allows students to learn, to perform, or to have the opportunity to achieve each program outcome, making the cell accordingly. So number 7 is fill up all cells. So other siya i-complete the entire matrix by entering data in each cell as per the above criteria. So number 8 is after accomplishing the map, use it as a guide for all teachers teaching the course for students to complete the degree in 4 years. So, i-use ni siya naton para i-use the completed curriculum map to help instructors para plan sa teaching so that students can finish their degree within the typical 4-year time frame. So, curriculum quality audit or CQA is a form of curriculum mapping. So, it is a process of mapping the curricular program or syllabus against established standards. So, this process is supported by Susan Raffray when she said that the best practice in curriculum development and implementation require that discipline-based standards embody curricular and program scopes and sequences. So, by Raffray 2016. So, when conducting a curriculum quality audit, are ginang data collection, analysis, o ang evaluation, and the recommendation. So, data collection kay of course mag-gather ta og data sa student, performance, teacher feedback, o ang curriculum alignment. The next one is analysis and evaluation. It is to analyze the data and to identify the strengths, weaknesses, and areas we need for improvement. So lastly, the recommendation. So to develop recommendation based on findings sa audit. So here's the benefit of curriculum quality audit. So first one is identify gaps under and over presentation of the curriculum. So this means na ang COAB helps to find areas in the curriculum where ang content kay nawala or ang certain topics are either underrepresented or excessively covered or over-presentation. So, nag-allow siya for a more balanced and comprehensive curriculum. So, number 2 is, based on the standards, this implies that the evaluation of the curriculum is carried out according to established educational standards. So, these standards serve as benchmarks to assess the adequacy of the curriculum content. Number 3 is ensure alignment of learning outcomes, activities, and assessment to the standards. So, this statement means that ang COA kay nag-make sure siya nga ang learning objective, teaching activities, ug ang assessment methods kay na-align siya with the set standards. So, nag-ensure na siya sa consistency of coherence within the curriculum. So, number 4 is achieves an internationally comparable curriculum as standards become the basis of the curriculum analysis. So this indicates that by using standard as the foundation for curriculum analysis, the COA helps create a curriculum that can be compared internationally. So this facilitates global compatibility and recognition of the curriculum's quality. So that's all for my part. Thank you so much for listening.